Sir, 100,000 more units have been produced and are ready to be deployed against the Republic base.
The hooded figure opposite the commando droid pondered what he heard. Eventually, he spoke up.
This is good news. After years of planning and hard work, I have finally resurrected the Separatist droid army. But let us not get cocky now. Not when we are so close. I have heard there is a Captain Racket currently occupying the Republic outpost. He is going to be a tough nut to crack, but we will throw everything we've got at him. Now go, move out as quietly as possible, as we are not to let them know of our presence.
Roger, roger.
The tactical droid responded. Back at the Republic base, Racken and his men were relaxing. The war was planned its way at Naboo, and they were in relative safety on Geonosis. The outpost was lightly defended, with just a few cannons and small arms. Did you see the news? It looks like the treaty with the Gungans worked out, Tanker said to Racket. Yeah, Rico is really... An explosion rocked the outpost. We're under attack. Tanker, take some men and meet the enemy. Hey guys, how's it going? Daily here, and I am back with Rico's Brigade, episode 5. I really hope you enjoyed that intro as always. And so today we find ourselves back on Geonosis, and a mysterious hooded figure. I don't know if we want to call him a Sith or not. It's sort of unclear who he is right now, but I'm sure the story will develop more later. But he has rebuilt the droid army, and he is sending them to attack facility on Geonosis to try and reclaim the planet here from Racket, who is defending it. We can see Racket is right here in the way back of the defenses. Racket and his buddy Tanker, who is right here, this guy in green, they're charged with defending this area at all costs. Perhaps retreat if they cannot hold it. But the droid army is very powerful and they will be coming in. So let's go ahead and press start. Oh, firing starting right away actually. So yeah, we did have some clones in the very front lines here. They're manning these little barricade outposts. They're really everywhere on the outside of the facility, but the oh my god. They already destroyed one of the Hellfire droids? It didn't even get a chance to fire. Wow. The other one's scooting around doing a little flank here. But yeah, ooh, Tanker has already died. That is a shame. But his men live on and are trying to defend to the best of their ability. It's going to be a tough battle here, especially because the droids outnumber the clones just by so much. We got a couple of dudes here waiting for the droids to get closer before they take their shots. And we can see the droids here, of course, advancing. Already losing a Hellfire droid, that's intense, but ooh, the other one has opened fire on some men who were marching forward from the bridge here, and they got thrown every which way. There's some of them over here. Some of them are strewn over here. I commanded them to march from here to the bridge to meet the droids, but it looks like they are all dead due to Hellfire. The Hellfire will become obsolete once they get into the factory, I believe, because I don't think it'll be able to have the angle to shoot in. So its really only use is right now out here. And I think Racket planned that perfectly. He put light defenses on the outside because he knew they would be destroyed. This was also a very last-minute defense. You know, there was not a ton Racket could do in terms of setting up defenses because they just weren't expecting this whatsoever. But it does look like Racket's men are holding pretty okay. They are symbolic of the red armor that they're wearing, which is pretty cool. We got some rocket troopers over here, but they're not using their rocket launchers on the tanks. That's probably a missed opportunity, I would assume, but you know what, they can do what they like. The droid army is closing in on them like pretty heavily right now. We got an AAT coming forward as well, and it is going to aim and fire. Yep, that actually didn't kill that many of them because it kind of missed, but let's see, it's getting real close now, and it is firing and just absolutely obliterating these guys. the outside defenses of the facility are seriously waning. Yeah, they're not going to last much longer out here. And there is a bridge, and it is a pretty precarious bridge here, but the guys on the inside don't have too great of an angle on it. The droids will be safe on the bridge until they get to this point, and then it's going to be a huge choke point where Racket's men will be able to destroy them. Let's see, I heard a grenade go off out here, and I think it was just this clone getting butchered, and all of the outside positions have died, it appears. Yep. And now the droids, all they got to do is move it on forward. We're going to go into fast motion because it could take them a while to actually figure out that they need to go over the bridge. And it does appear that they're inching their way forward. Alright, let's go over the other defensives while they figure that out. So we've got men in here. They've set up some good barricades all around. It's not too shabby. They'll hold pretty well, I think. And there's layers to them too, and they're real choke points. They're going to be brutal for the attack, but the droids will definitely have a tough time. And then the last layer of defense is over here, which is very, very well defended, and again, a huge choke point. Are these droids coming in? No, so what they're doing right now is they're moving back to spawn, and then as we can see, they're sort of like ants. They're shuffling back and forth. They're actually, what they're doing, you can see them turning here. This is point 0 of the waypoint where the droids are going to, they'll start their waypoints in different sections, and they'll start advancing again towards this bridge, and the combat will start yet again. Alright, so we got the first one coming on the bridge here, and the rest will follow. Very nice, very, very nice. The vehicles pretty much being abandoned outside here. They didn't take too many vehicle losses, which isn't bad, but they're basically obsolete now. We'll go into regular motion. But yeah, vehicles are essentially obsolete, given the fact that they're going indoors. Droid army is marching forward. So, who do you guys think this mysterious Sith is? Also, who do you think is voicing this mysterious Sith? It's obviously not me voicing him, with the accent and all, but I was wondering if you guys could figure that out. I'm sure a lot of you can, but great guy, great guy. I won't give away the answer, not right away. Either way, droids are getting chopped to bits. They're actually going inside the wall here, a little glitch, but heck, man, the droid army is crafty, aren't they? This machine gun here is obliterating any droid who is stepping into the factory. Let's see it go off yet again. As soon as the droids start peeping in here, I think it'll fire. Well, maybe not. It's taking its time. The droids are creeping in. They're not going too fast. The firing has started, and this thing has started firing again too. Ooh, we can see the AT looming outside there. Droids are starting to return fire. That's a good sign for the droids, not so much for Racket's men. If the droids get a foothold in this room, then it's not a good sign for the clones. Obviously, the clones are heavily, heavily outnumbered by hundreds of men. Oh, the Hellfire is actually making the trek across the bridge. That's crazy. Droids retreating again. It's weird. They like to regroup, I guess. But still some are attacking, which is good. You know, they're trying to balance out their forces, not use too many at once. But yeah, Rico right now is off at Naboo, I believe. You know, he's still working out things with the Gungans, finishing up taking the planet, and this is happening on Geonosis, which they did not take too long ago. So it's kind of a shame that their efforts are somewhat in vain right now, as their men are getting butchered by an unknown enemy. They don't even know who this weird Sith-like character is. But more than obviously, he is going to be a problem. As building a droid army, it might take some time, but if he gets a foothold on Geonosis, he'll have the operations necessary to do it. Grenading going off here, driving the clones out of their positions. As the droids advance even further, they have almost captured the first room, which is this one. Second room is more heavily defended, but I don't know, it doesn't bode well for the clones currently, as they're getting just chopped to pieces. Oh my god. Looks like the droids are again filtering in and out. It's very weird. They're like ants. I still don't have waypoints totally down, as you can tell. It's iffy on whether I can get them to work or not. But now these droids are advancing on these poor 2 clones. Oh, that's so sad. Just 2. None of the clones in here have an angle to help. It doesn't look like... Oh, and we got grenades. They've just accepted their fate. They died in a bloody pool. And, oh, was there a guy still alive over here? There might have been, I just might not have realized it. Either way, I think these droids have noticed that there are more clones further in, and they're going to continue their advance. And, yeah, these clones actually have really good angles on this doorway. It'll certainly be a tough conflict for the droids. And here we go. The clones pouring on fire into this doorway. Like I said, it's going to be tough for the droids. And they're starting to stream in a little bit. It's going to be slow going. It most certainly will. This will not be a dominant victory, I don't think, for the droids, because Racket is a pro defensive strategist, as we've established in previous videos. And so obviously this is not gonna be easy for this new character coming into Rico's Brigade, the series, but he is making a grand entrance, and if he can defeat Racket, that means he is someone to be reckoned with, because Racket is certainly a tough nut to crack. These clones are really actually doing a great job here, solidifying their fire into that doorway, and just making it a no-go zone for these droids. This is actually pretty brutal right here for the droids. These clones are doing a great job. They're just laying on the fire. I don't see any dead clones here. And these droids are trying their best to shuffle in. Is there any more? Yeah, there's a bunch more out here who are just kind of stuck, I think. You know, these might be early models. Yeah, there's no more out here though. Alright, well, these droids, they've got numbers, so they can keep pouring men in, but if they don't do anything soon, they might not accomplish much in this attack. Looks like they are returning fire, but they've got such a small window to return fire at. It's tough, you know? It's very, very tough. Alright. So what I think we need to do is, I think the mysterious figure is seeing how this battle is going, and he is realizing this is a decisive moment in the battle, and he's going to call upon his Hellfire droid, and he's gonna pour it onto the clones, I think, and we'll see how that goes. So the Hellfire droid is being repositioned in order to strike at the clone force. Watch out, you droid. Heads up. Yep. You get in the way, you get squashed. Alright. And it does have an angle. And it is going to fire. Uh-oh. 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 Yeah. Holy cow. Holy shit. That was crazy. Okay. So, that obviously gave the droids the push they needed to really get in here. We're just switching that off. And now the droids are streaming in and just butchering these clones. Just annihilating them. And really, Racket at this point must be thinking, you know, what's the game plan here? Even his men in the very back here are starting to engage, and you know, he's probably thinking, you know, what are we gonna do? He's probably got more droids coming in. We're not expecting any reinforcements from Rico. he's just too far away right now to help us out. The best option would probably be retreating at this point, but, you know, they're going to want to stand for as long as they possibly can, take out as many of these droids as possible. So, again, the choke point has opened up again, and the droids are going to, again, have another problematic doorway here. But I don't think we're going to be calling upon the Hellfire droid this time around. I think the droids are just going to have to do it. Well, yeah, because the Hellfire droid, it can fit through this doorway. Oh, look, an AAT managed to get in here, too. I have no idea how. What happened to the Hellfire droid? What the heck? Oh, here it is. Okay, it moved up. But basically, the Hellfire droid, as you can see, it's only got half its ammo left. But it can fit through this big doorway, but it's obviously not going to be able to make it through this little one, so it's going to be no help here. So the droid forces are on their own in terms of the rest of this battle. Clones taking 1 or 2 losses here, just a few, but it's not the end of the world. They've still got plenty more men that they can use to defend here. But this engagement does not look like it's going to go well. And Racket himself is beginning to fire. And Racket's actually taking a lot of heat. And he is not someone we exactly want to lose. So Racket, my friend... Oh, first you gotta heal, bud. Heal, 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 before you get hit again. Okay, so Racket's healing. We gotta keep our man up. If Racket dies, then... Yeah, that's just bad. Bad publicity, if I could speak. Alright. Racket, my friend, you're gonna move to this side. He'll still be engaging with the enemy, but you know, he was just right dead in the center, and that's not the place for the commander. Obviously, we want to keep him at least a little bit safe. We do have another one of these massive machine gun gunners, so he'll be definitely a good asset for these clones. And yep, we can hear it rounding off here. And that will just crush these droids that try and come in. And yeah, the droids are taking hefty losses, but they do have a little bit of cover this time around, which is definitely a bonus for them. You know, make it at least a little easier. And yeah, we can see the clones are losing some men here. This is not a wipe like before. Where's Racket? Racket's over here. He's still firing. Has he gotten any kills? No, he's more of a strategist than a warrior, but like, he's not afraid to get out there in the heat. Here he goes, firing away. Alright. Get behind your position, Racket. But yeah, we got all these clones here too for when the droids break through the front doorway. These guys are just now starting to engage, it seems like, with these droids. And the droids are just getting stuck. They're just getting stuck. But there's so many of them. There really are a ton. Alright. So I think Racket's strategy is going to be to retreat eventually here. We need to reline the main defenses here to keep up fire against the droids. Because if we start to lose our main firing points, then things probably won't end up going too well. So we're going to reman these posts here. Try to keep on taking out these droids. Yeah, these are the hot zones where we see a lot of dead droids. So yeah, I think Racket will be calling a full retreat here pretty soon. Eventually, they might win this wave, but it's becoming apparent that this mysterious figure probably does have more men available to him. You know, this is not just a one-off kind of a thing. He's probably got more, so Racket will likely try to retreat his troops here, or at least as many of them as he possibly can, just to save their lives. You know, there's no point in trying to hold this facility, as we can see this guy has the resources to, even if he wanted to, just bomb the crap out of this facility. Like, he's got the artillery for it. This might have just been a, hey, let's try and take it, but if we fail, we'll just bomb it kind of a thing. So, I don't know, we'll see. Also, guys, if you do want to suggest what happens next, I do take suggestions, but you know, some of them just aren't doable sometimes when I read them, or It's not the direction I want the series to go, but I'd love to hear what you guys want to see as well. You know, I think it's cool to definitely try and implement some fan stuff. But either way, these droids they're putting up a good fight. They're doing the good fight, but God, that doorway is brutal. Let's see. Actually, one droid even managed to make it out that far, which is actually mighty impressive. More clones are going down. Sad sight to see. I'm trying to reinforce the main points here where they're able to fire, but to little avail. Alright, we do have 3 gunships, though, at the ready for if we need to evacuate the base, which it's looking more and more like we might need to do that. This base is slowly being overrun by battle droids. These guys are brutal. They are absolutely annihilating our lines here. Yeah, and more of our guys are starting to go down. I mean, we're just taking so much fire here. I mean, we are killing more battle droids than they are killing of us, but they've just still got the numbers. They probably outnumber us 5 to 1, 6 to 1, something like that. Something crazy. Alright. And, oh, we just lost two more guys. Okay. I think Racket's calling it. He's getting men on board the ships. He's calling the full retreat. Get on these ships, boys. Can you not get on the ship? What? Come on, boys. Get on the ships. Alright. Racket is calling for the retreat of his men like a responsible commander. Sadly, a few men will have to wait behind to cover their retreat. But obviously, he's going to try to get the bulk of his force out. These guys are having a little bit of trouble here. It's this weird spire thing, I think, which is kind of iffy and hard for these clones to get out of. What the heck? Get out. Get out. Come on, guys. You can do it. Get in the gunship. Oh, God. Is this entire plan just gone to shit now? Go. Come on. Leave this place. God damn it. I want to retreat. There we go. Okay. I'm trying to get these guys to retreat. It's kind of difficult. Alright. Come on, boys. Retreat. Get on board the LAATs. For Racket, for God's sake. Don't fail your commander. Alright. Droids are starting to peek in further and further now, too. This retreat is probably well timed. God damn it, Racket, get on the frickin' ship. Come on. Alright, Racket's boarding his ship. To live to fight another day. Now let's get these guys out of here. Is this guy alive? Wow, how'd that droid make it that far? I'm seriously impressed. Alright, I don't know what's going on, but these ships are derpy as hell. Oh no, this one got hit by artillery fire. Okay, it's dead. Okay, but the rest of our men crawling under fire, trying to get away. Meanwhile, the rest of our boys here are gonna consolidate, take on these droids by themselves. These bastards. Alright, get on board the ship, guys. Get on board. You can see our men are starting to get on. And we're pretty loaded up here. So let's take off. Leading ship is not with Racket in it. Racket chooses to go in the later ship. Try to get more of his men out of here as you can. The ship will do some passing shots, try and take out maybe... Uh-oh. Alright guys, so the battle crashed right at the very end there, but clearly as you can see, Racket and just a few of his men managed to retreat and fly back to Naboo on an LAT. It was a tough battle. Real first real loss for Rico's brigade, I would say. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Comment, rate, and subscribe if you did. And I'll talk to you all in the next one. Peace.